Hello guys, crazy news, a big update is coming for Age of Empires and we are going to take a look. It looks insane, it might be the best update I have ever seen in a while. So let's take a look together. We are going to see all the new facts that are going to impact the game, but first we are going to take a look right away at the Reskins, because my channel has many videos about Reskins. We've talked about them a lot, so let's take a look. First, I'm gonna skip everything here and go directly to the Reskins. I believe that most of you guys are also curious about the new units or buildings that are going to be included in the new update. So let's take a look at the castles. Aren't these amazing? Okay, let's see them here. Okay, I'm going to try to guess which one is from what civilization. Okay, this one must be from the Byzantines. I have made many videos about the Byzantines and the reskins they could have. I get the feeling that the developers might watch my videos once in a while, but that just might be me. Okay, this must be the Byzantine new castle. It's alright, it looks nice. I can clearly tell that the stonework looks exactly as the walls of Constantinople, so I think it is from them. This must be something from the Chinese. This is something from Africa, I don't know. I can't guess these two castles from which civilization they are. This one, I'm sure, because of the kind of the roof, it is from the Vikings, or not Vikings, or the Slavs. Maybe they added the new civilization, I don't know. I think it is from the northern kingdoms, maybe Rus, in case they added new civs, but if they didn't, it must be from Slavs or Vikings. I believe Slavs most likely. Okay, this I have no idea what this is. Maybe a Korean castle. Okay, maybe some kind of Asian castle. I don't know which one would be. This looks like from Tatars or a Mongolian civ. I don't know. Okay, very cool new reskins. I really like the idea that they wanted to give a unique castle to each civilization, to be different one from another. I love this idea. If the patch had only this one changed, I would buy it anyway. But let's move on. Let's see what other reskins. And now it's the amazing, the update I'm going to show you now. It's crazy. I've been wanting this to happen for a long time. I didn't even consider that it is going to happen in a way, because I thought it was a lot of effort to make. But let's take a look. Every elite unique unit now uses different visuals. Do you understand what that means? That by the time you train a unique unit, when you upgrade it to elite, it will change its appearance. How amazing that is. Take a look here. Let's take a look at the units. This is the Teutonic Knight. I already had made a video of how a elite Teutonic Knight would look like, and I had added also the feathers, I don't know how to call them, around the helmet of the unit. So this unit, it must be my favorite now. It is my favorite. If this is the elite version of the Teutonic Knight in the game, it's my favorite from now. The samurai, It has the flag on its back. I can't say something bad about what I'm seeing right now. Everything looks cool. The Janissary. At last the Janissary now has the hat. This is amazing. Look how cool this unit looks. If you look closely here, this is a throwing axeman, and it has a full chainmail, something on his head. It looks 10 times better. This unit needed an update since Age of Kings, in my opinion. The amazing decisions from the developers. What I'm seeing right here is amazing. Okay, I'm not going to comment on the other units. They are also awesome, not very different from the originals, but definitely they look updated. It is an update that it was needed for Age of Empires, in my opinion. Now let's move on. I don't want to make this video too long, but when I see Reskins, I want immediately to talk them. I wish I could talk about each one individually, but let's move on. A few units have received a new non-upgraded visual. Ballista Elephants, Locomotion, okay, that's fine. Ballista Elephants and Shuttle Warriors use their existing visual for the elite unit. It's okay, some units, despite being upgraded, you can't add them features that will make them a lot different from the original. Some units are already too good to be changed. Speaking about that, I'm thinking about the Cataphract, my favorite unit. I have an idea about the Cataphract, and this is what I suggested in my previous videos. The unit with different chain armor, I don't know how to call this armor, for the horse, maybe a spear, to be more historically correct, and this is how they looked like in real life. They have found some this kind of armor from the horses. It was at gold color. This is a realistic look of a cataphract, a Byzantine cataphract, and I think that the combination of this unit, the Imperial Centurion, which is actually a cataphract, and the original cataphract, a combination of the two could lead to a beautiful elite version of the cataphract. So, in my opinion, it would be nice by the time you reach Castle Age and create normal cataphracts, when you upgrade them to elite, they could change to something like that. This is my personal preference. I don't think you might agree with that. But let's move on. You know, I can talk about Byzantines for ages. Okay, let's move on. Okay, the other amazing reskin, let's take a look. It's about the monks. We have talked about this in at least 2 or 3 videos about reskins that I have made in the past. So what we've got here, we have the original monk. We have a monk, I have no idea, it is Venetian monk, a Western European monk, I don't know about that. This is the American monk. This is a Middle East monk, a Muslim monk. We've talked about this specific unit before. This is about the African kingdoms, I believe. This is from the Americas too, I don't know. I can't tell. Okay, this might be an Asian monk. I have no idea what is this. And this is something I wanted to see. I think it is an Orthodox, a Christian Orthodox monk. So Slavs, Byzantines, Georgians, Armenians can have this new reskin. An amazing reskin, I like it a lot, so can't wait to see also the monks. And talking about monks, let's see what else we got. At last we have a proper church and proper monastery for the Byzantines. I have speaking about this change for a long time. This is the video I was talking about making a reskin of the buildings of the Byzantines and especially the church, the monastery, and this is what I thought it was a nice idea for an addition to the Byzantines. And now I see that the developers made this one. This is amazing. It looks exactly like a Greek Orthodox church, the way it looks historically correct. This is about the Ethiopians. It's a nice one. I have seen the real ones you can search them on Google. It looks exactly the same. And this one, what is that? Shamanistic civilization. I believe this is about Mongols. I think Tatars, Mongols. I might be wrong, guys, about this, and don't know much about history. Anyway, this is crazy update. I love every single of them. Now let's. This is the Reskins. It will have some technology tree updates. It will change the colors of the keys of regional units, buildings, etc. It is a nice addition. It is something that it will help you to recognize which building is regional or unique. Okay, for players who haven't played the game, this might be helpful. Actually, it might be helpful for everyone. You can't remember everything, even if you play the game for years. You can't remember everything all the time. So this is a nice addition. I like this. And also, I've noticed. Let's get down there. Elite fire archer. Some changes now. Many balance changes. Okay, this is going to be. I believe the specific section needs a whole video by itself. We need to see what is going to change and how drastically it will affect the game. Now let's take a look at each one individually. The elite steppe lancer would now be cheaper to upgrade. It from 900 food it will cost 600 food. This will affect the game a lot. It is easier to upgrade steppe lancers now. This will affect the game a lot, I believe. Next we have cavalry archer. Increased. Now it will be slower to train cavalry and heavy cavalry archers, about 3 seconds. This will also affect the game for someone who wants to spam cavalry archers. That is a weird update. I don't know why they choose to do this. Heavy cavalry archers training time seems alright. I don't know. Also, it is a unit that costs a lot of gold, so making it slower to train, I don't know how will affect the game in a positive way. Next we have the elephant archer cost change from 80 food, 70 gold. Basically a slight decrease in food, so you are going to see more elephant archers on the battlefield. I don't know if that is a good thing or bad, but there is also a slight change in the gold cost, so it is quite balanced in a way. Transport ships garrison capacity increased from 5 to 20. I think this specific one is one of the most important updates I have seen in this specific patch. Now the people will try to create transport ships to make surprise attacks to enemy bases. This is a very important update. I think we will have to pay attention to this one in the future. I am very curious to see how it will affect the 1 versus 1 games. especially in pro matches or in tournaments where we see water maps. This is crazy actually, this is crazy. Crazy update. I like this update also. I always thought that 5 positions in a ship are too... they are not enough to use them correctly. So by the time you have transport ships, you will be able to have 20 units in it. It changes, water maps are totally changed by this. Dry dock no longer improve transport ships garrison capacity. So by increasing the garrison capacity by default, it means that these upgrades are no longer needed. Okay, this makes sense. Trade card-based movement speed increase. So, okay, this will affect the multiplayer games. It's a buff for the trade cards. Let's see how it will work out. Now let's take a look at the infantry update. Supplies are removed. Militia line cost reduced from 60 food to 20 gold to 50 food to 20 gold. Okay, this is going to be crazy. The militia line, especially in Dark Age and Feudal Age, seemed like a difficult strategy to use because they're always slower and archers could take them down very easily. And unless you have some crazy bonus like the Bulgarians that help you use militia line at the early stages, there was no reason to use them at all. But at the early game at rush attacks, this will be a huge difference. We are going to see man-at-arms, I think, and militia more often than we've seen so far, so very nice update. Maybe the second favorite so far, but let's see what else we got. Another one that is combined with the previous update about the militia line is now that they changed their speed, their movement speed from 0.9 to 0.96. That means that now, if I'm not mistaken, they can catch up archers. That is going to be insane. Now the starting of the game will be totally different. Now training militia line units is a viable strategy with only these two changes. Now we are going to see man-at-arms, militia units at very often. Now the basic strategy of using archers and scouts and skirms is going to change. This is a game changer. These two things are a game changing for at the early stages of the game. Amazing changes. I wanted to see this, especially the movement speed, for a long time. Now they cannot be outrun by archers, if I'm not mistaken. They have the same speed, so they can hunt down archers. 200 swordsmen, reduction in upgrade costs. What I see here is that they want to take the game is now heavy cavalry oriented, and they want to take back the game to using more foot units and especially melee units. A very nice idea. I wanted also to see melee units at any stage of the game. They did the same with the champions. It is easier to... it's cheaper basically to upgrade. The upgrade time is reduced too. Also they increased their attack as the 200 swordsmen increased their HP. These things here are very important. It will change the way the game, the players use their strategies. Now you can face more easily archers and skirmishers and other units. Also, some civilizations will be more useful, like the Bulgarians now will have a full boost at their attack at Dark Age, at Feudal Age, at Castle Age. They could make rush attacks that actually can make a huge impact. Okay guys, this is the update so far. I'm just focusing on what I think is more important. We took a look at the reskins, and secondly, we are going to take a look at the changes they did in the civilizations. This we are going to be the next video, so make sure to subscribe. We don't want to miss the changes, are amazing, at some civilizations especially. I will try to do my best to not forget to include what's new and what is mostly important, because there are too many changes. That is for now. Let me know what else you would like to see. But until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.